Joshua Barnes. Now we move on to our next news. In the latest turn of events, trade wars flare again as US President Donald Trump announces he's signed letters to 12 countries detailing new tariff rates on imported goods. The move is part of his broader push to reset global trade terms and pressure partners to strike fairer deals with the United States. The take it or leave it offers will be sent Monday, just days before a 90-day negotiation window closes on July 9th. Trump didn't name the countries, but warned that tariffs could climb as high as 70%, starting August 1st. He initially floated a 10% base rate back in April, but those plans were put on hold to allow for talks. Let's hear Trump's latest statement.
I did. I signed some letters, and they'll go out on Monday, probably 12. 12 different amounts of money, different amounts of tariffs, and somewhat different statements.
Mr. President, which countries will receive those letters on Monday?
You'll be announced. I have to announce it on Monday.
Trump and his top advisors had planned to start trade talks with many countries over tariff rates. But after facing setbacks with key partners like Japan and the European Union, Trump now prefers a simpler approach. Yesterday, he indicated that sending letters on tariffs is a more straightforward approach than lengthy negotiations. So far, only deals with Britain and Vietnam have been reached, with the UK keeping a 10% tariff and Vietnam seeing reduced rates on many products. Trade talks with India have stalled, and European Union officials say no breakthrough has been made, with the possibility of extending current terms to avoid new tariffs. Now we're joined back by Joshua Barnes. Joshua, what more can you tell us about this upcoming trade deals?
Well, yes, absolutely, Asuma. This deadline on the 9th of July we've known has been coming for almost 3 months now. Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, the board that he held up with around 70 countries and varying tariffs, some up to 70%, were initially instated. Then Trump put a pause on for 90 days where they've all gone down to a base level of 10%. But if a deal isn't agreed with countries by the 9th of July, then that initial Liberation Day tariff will come into force. There are some key trading partners who are yet to agree a deal, and this is all around trade imbalances. Donald Trump says that there's too big a trade imbalance, too much US goods are going out to other countries and not enough goods are coming in from other countries to the US. It's a situation that Trump again has been strong on during his campaign, looking to really level the playing field up. But the impact that has on the economy, we saw the jolt that it gave to markets globally once those initial tariffs were announced. Trump himself has said that these Liberation Day tariffs have been a tool to get countries to come to the negotiating table almost as a threat. If you don't agree to a deal, this is what will happen. Now we've come to a point where this deadline is nearly done, and Trump himself has said, we're staying strong, we're not going to extend this deadline. Again, Trump's rhetoric often flips. We've seen tariffs on Mexico and Canada introduced on certain products, then rescinded after conversations were had about immigration, fentanyl as well, then reinstated once again. So it's difficult to fully have a picture of where Trump's mind is and where Trump's administration is. All we can go off is the last thing that he said, and that's that these deadlines won't be moved, and that from the 9th of July, these countries that are trying to organise a trade deal, if they can't get one done, will be set to face tariffs way over 10%, some all the way up to 70%. We've had a response from other countries throughout this almost 3-month period. Japan, the EU, India, amongst other countries, South Korea as well, clearly looking towards a trade deal and being in key negotiations, but they also don't want to impact their own self-interests. China, of course, is another one, and discussions have been had. We wait to see if any deals can come in at the 11th hour. I think some are close. We know India's close. We've heard the European Union talk about being close. Canada speaking at the G7, saying that a deal should be done soon as well. So one for us to keep an eye on. These letters I think they're more symbolic. I think it's more of a reminder that Trump saying this is coming. Around 15 key nations we know were in discussions with the United States, and some deals have been done. Vietnam, the United Kingdom, India we believe to be close as well. So it's one definitely to keep an eye on. The market impact that we could see on the 9th of July if these new tariff rates come into place could again hugely jolt the economy globally, and it's one we'll be keeping an eye on here at NewsX World.
Thank you, Joshua Barnes, you'll stay with us as now we move on to our next news. Israel has condemned the attacks on a synagogue